Velocity Garage is a collection of really awesome startups. Bufferbox has come out of there. Another big one is Thalmic Labs. There's two hyperdrive companies, Oikoi and PumpUp, that are doing very well, that have come out of the Velocity Garage. And it's just this, not really an incubator model, but a group work model where everybody talks to each other and helps develop their ideas and build their businesses based off of the experiences of the alumni. So in a way, the Velocity Garage is creating what Y Combinator has, but in southwestern Ontario. So Y Combinator is an investment program in Silicon Valley. It often gets confused as an incubator and accelerator. What they do is they give you a $20,000 investment and the time of the partners that have helped build very large startups all over the world. Airbnb, Dropbox, Weebly, Heroku. Those businesses have a net worth approaching $10 billion. And so you get the advisory of the people who are at the ground floor of those companies. And so the model is build something people want, because why else are you starting a company? And I think a lot of startups get caught up in what they want, what they think is useful, and they forget to talk to their customers on a regular basis. And so YC, or Y Combinator, is a very low-touch model in comparison to Techstars or Hyperdrive. You have a weekly dinner where you meet with all the other cohort companies. Everybody gets together at these dinners, and you ask them how they're doing, and everybody says, oh, it's great, things are awesome. And you feel like things aren't great and that your company's not progressing as fast as possible. And in retrospect, when you talk to these companies, everybody had that same feeling. But because everybody realizes perception is reality and they're motivating themselves, that's the kind of discussions that you have, and that drives you forward because you feel like everybody else is doing much better than you are. So with respect to intrapreneurship, I would call it, so within a large organization, trying to build a new product and recognize the requirements from its customer base, but also utilizing the experience of other companies, you often see large organizations spinning out smaller companies or small teams to work on very specific products. And those teams are siloed from the rest of the organization. Apple is famous for people leaving and building companies, and then Apple acquiring them back into the business, because that level of entrepreneurship and creativity often can't happen within a large organization that's very process-oriented and process-driven. Because a very specific individual is required to start a company, and those individuals often don't work well in large organizations because they're not rule followers. And so that's the same thing that happens in the Velocity Garage, and that's what Communitech tries to foster. Is there's a lot of large companies in the area, but when people want to leave those companies, say they're leaving BlackBerry now, or they're leaving OpenText or MKS or any of these large organizations, they can come into Communitech and pull on the resources of the community at large. And so they're getting all the service help they need, and they're starting to build companies outside or external to these organizations. Now that's an extreme case, and I think that can be done within a large organization as long as there's an appropriate entrepreneurship mindset, and that needs to be isolated from the rest of the organization.